Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome.
Good morning.
Morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Clarissa Rodriguez, Chair of the New York State Workers' Compensation Board. Today's full board meeting is being webcast live for members of the public, so welcome. It is also facilitated by our American Sign Language interpreters. Welcome, interpreters. Thank you for joining us. I now have the honor of calling the 1040th meeting of the full board to order. Madam Secretary, will you please call attendance?
Vice Chair Foster,
Here.
Board Member Higgins,
Here.
Board Member Loban,
Here.
Board Member Williams,
Here.
Board Member Hall,
Here.
Board Member Crane,
Here.
Board Member Stasko,
Here.
Board Member Tavares,
Here.
Board Member Caginelli,
Here.
Board Member Delam,
Yeah.
Board Member Delgado,
Here.
and Board Member Perez.
Here.
Madam Chair, Board Members Williams, Loban, and Hall are joining us remotely today.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. Board members, you have all received a copy of the January 14th, 2025 meeting minutes for review. Are there any questions or need for discussion about the board meeting minutes? Okay, hearing none, may I please have a motion to approve the board meeting minutes for January 2025?
Yes, Madam Chair, this is Board Member Stasko, and I move that we approve the minutes.
Thank you, Board Member Stasko. Is there a second?
Yes, Madam Chair, this is Board Member Caginelli, and I second that motion.
Thank you, Board Member Caginelli. Is there any opposition to the motion? Okay, hearing none, board members, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All opposed? Hearing no opposition, I am also a yes. That motion is passed. Thank you. Agenda item 2, Office of General Counsel's Departmental Report. General Counsel Heather McMaster will now present the Office of General Counsel's Departmental Report for January 2025.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Madam Vice Chair, members of the board. In January of 2025, in the Office of General Counsel, the Adjudication Division held 18,838 hearings and resolved 12,488 cases at the hearing and issued 368 reserve decisions. The Adjudication Division also finalized 1,636 waiver agreements. In the Administrative Review Division, 978 applications for review were received, 917 were processed, and there are currently 8,223 applications pending. And in Legal Affairs, 76 full board review applications were received, 106 were processed, and there are currently 208 applications pending. Thank you.
Thank you, Heather. Board members, are there any questions or need for discussion? Okay, hearing none, may I please have a motion to accept the Office of General Counsel's Departmental Report?
Yes, Board Member Mark Higgins, I move to accept the General Counsel's report.
Thank you, Board Member Higgins. Is there a second?
Second. Board Member Crane.
Okay, thank you, Board Member Crane. Is there any opposition to the motion? Okay, hearing none, board members, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. I am also a yes, that motion is passed. Thank you. Agenda item 3, license applications. Associate Attorney Heather Justice will now present any licensing applications for the past month. Hi, Heather.
Hi, good morning, Madam Chair, Madam Vice Chair, board members, and colleagues. You have before you the recommendations from the assigned board panel regarding the licensing applications listed in Part 3 of today's agenda. Section 24A, John D. Marks, 3-year renewal. Section 53D, Johnston and Associates, QO Matthew Mead, Esquire, 3-year renewal. I present these recommendations to the board for your approval.
Thank you. Board members, are there any questions or need for discussion? Hearing none, may I please have a motion to accept the recommendations of the board panels as presented?
Yes, Madam Chair, this is Board Member Caginelli, and I move that we approve the licensing applications as stated.
Thank you. Board Member Caginelli, is there a second?
I second the motion. Board
Okay.
Member Stasko.
Thank you, Board Member Stasko. Is there any opposition to the motion? Okay. Seeing and hearing none, board members all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All opposed? Hearing no opposition, I am also a yes. That motion is passed. Thank you. Agenda item 4, legal appeals. Heather McMaster will now present the recommendations concerning decisions by the appellate division.
Thank you, Madam Chair. With respect to items 4A through 4G, it is the recommendation of the Office of General Counsel that the board adopt the decisions of the Appellate Division, 3rd Department as the decisions of the board.
Thank you, Heather. May I please have a motion to accept the recommendations of the Office of General Counsel?
Yes, Board Member Mark Higgins, I move that we accept the recommendations of General Counsel.
Okay, thank you, Board Member Higgins, and seconded by Board Member Crane.
Certainly.
Okay, great. Is there any opposition to the motion? Okay. Hearing no opposition, board members, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All opposed? Okay, hearing and seeing no opposition, I am also a yes, that motion is passed. Agenda item 5, mandatory full board review. We start with case 5A, Nassau Regional Off-Track Betting, case number G0813802. Is there a motion with respect to 5A on the agenda?
Board Member Delan, and I move that we accept the Office of General Counsel's recommendation to accept the board panel's decision as the decision of the full board.
Thank you, Board Member Delan. Is there a second?
Board Member Perez, I second that motion.
Thank you, Board Member Perez. Does anyone need to be recused from this matter? Okay, have no recusals. Is there any opposition to the motion? Okay, seeing and hearing no opposition. Board members, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing no opposition, I am also a yes, that motion is passed. Thank you, board members. 5B, Docks Cape Vincent Correctional Facility, case number G2550082. Now, is there a motion with respect to 5B on the agenda?
Yes, Madam Chair. Board Member Tavares, I move that the board panel's decision be adopted as a decision of the full board.
Thank you, Board Member Tavares. Is there a second?
Yes, Board Member Delgado, I second.
Thank you, Board Member Delgado. Are there any recusals from this matter? Okay, hearing none. Is there any opposition to the motion? Okay, hearing none. Board members, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All opposed? Okay, seeing and hearing no opposition, I am also a yes, that motion is passed. Thank you. 5C, FOJP Service Corporation, case number G2406989. Is there a motion with respect to 5C on the agenda?
Yes, Madam Chair, Board Member Delgado, I move that we affirm the unanimous board panel decision.
Okay, thank you, Board Member Delgado. Is there a second?
Board Member Tavares, I second.
Okay, thank you, Board Member Tavares. Are there any recusals from this matter? Okay, hearing none, is there any opposition to the motion? Again, hearing none. Board members, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank you. All opposed? Okay, seeing and hearing none, I am also a yes, that motion is passed. Thank you. Agenda item 6, discretionary full board review. I now turn this portion of the agenda over to Vice Chair Frida Foster. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Madam Chair. For the case listed in item 6 on your agenda, it is recommended that full board review be granted, and that case is the matter 6A, the matter of New York State Police. I move to refer the case back to the respective panel for further consideration.
Thank you, Vice Chair Frida Foster. Is there a second?
Yes, Madam Chair, this is Board Member Cantinelli, and I second that motion.
Thank you, Board Member Caginelli. Are there any recusals from this matter? Hearing none, is there any opposition to the motion? Okay, seeing and hearing no opposition, board members all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All opposed? Okay, seeing and hearing no opposition, I am also a yes, that motion too is passed. Thank you. Agenda item 7, is there any other business? Well, in that case, I'd like to take a moment of personal privilege to announce that I have decided to step down as chair of the board until such time as a new chair is appointed and confirmed by the Senate. I'll have a lot more to say in the coming months, but for now, I'll continue to serve as chair, and I'm very grateful to the governor for allowing me to do so. And with that, I think we'll open it up to our guest speaker, Nina Santana, who is our Equal Opportunity Specialist. Nina Santana serves the board as an Equal Opportunity Specialist under the DEI unit, as well as the designee for reasonable accommodations. Prior to joining the board, Nina primarily worked for nonprofits serving people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Nina previously worked for the ARC New York, educating families and adults with disabilities on various financial planning tools available to those who received SSI and/or Medicaid support. Nina also worked in vocational rehabilitation as a job coach for people with disabilities. Her previous experience in marketing and community outreach connected her to this community and the desire to serve marginalized communities. Nina received a bachelor's degree from the College of St. Rose. Welcome, Nina. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you very much, and thank you all for this invitation today. It's a pleasure to be here and to have this opportunity to share with you the vision of the DEI unit and what we've been working on so far. As the chair said, my name is Nina Santana. I am the board's Equal Opportunity Specialist. Our Chief Diversity Officer, Adedapo Oraderu, also known as Dapo, sends his regards and wishes he could be here today. However, he did have a scheduling conflict. We both want to thank you again for the invitation. I know that my time is limited, so I will jump right in. Today, again, I hope to share with you a bit about the work that we've been doing and what we plan to do going forward. So we will begin with the board's commitment statement to DEI. Then we'll move on to discuss the creation of our DIVA training and the feedback that we've received thus far. We'll talk about our DEI Council now that they are in their 3rd year. We'll discuss the Core Values Committee and how that came to be. I'll give you an update on reasonable accommodations. And we'll discuss some employee engagement initiatives that we hope to implement moving forward. So first, we want to acknowledge the board's commitment to DEI. In light of the recent administration change, we felt it appropriate and important to reassure our staff that we will continue on in our efforts. This quote is an excerpt taken from that statement, which was distributed last Thursday by our chair and executive director. Immediately after sending, DAPO received a number of responses expressing support and gratitude. Based on guidance from Chamber, we've also met with our Office of General Counsel, and we're given the opportunity to express any concerns we have moving forward in the current climate, which was greatly appreciated. Now, rewinding back to August of 2022, our unit distributed a DEI culture survey. Over 40% of our staff completed that survey, and the results drove the creation of our DIVA training. And DIVA stands for Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, Belonging, and Accessibility. So the first bullet that you see here is the heart of our training. It's how we kick off each session. This training is intended to be foundational and to bring everyone to a mutual place of understanding and respect. In Module 1, we define the DIVA terms and how they apply to our workday. We also introduce the concept of intersectionality, which supports the idea that we are so much more than what we see on the surface. Our identities are complex, and they intersect to create the various experiences of our lives. We discuss the importance of embracing differences and diverse thought. In Module 2, we discuss the importance of feeling a sense of belonging at work, how each of our roles is a piece of the puzzle, and how the puzzle is incomplete if even one piece is missing. We task our leaders with being more inclusive, as that is what leads our staff to feel that they belong. In Module 3, we acknowledge that everyone has biases and that biases are not innately bad. Some even protect us. However, building an awareness of implicit biases is important as we seek out collaboration in the workplace. And finally, Module 4, we talk about the importance of language. We give best practices for effective communication and discuss how to mitigate harmful language such as microaggressions. After every training session, attendees are sent an anonymous survey link to allow them to provide honest feedback. The responses that we've received so far have been overwhelmingly positive. The recurring theme is that participants are pleasantly surprised by the training, even if they came into the room feeling apprehensive. These are just a few examples of the responses that we've received. About 15% of staff has taken this training already, and we plan to present this to about 80% of staff by the end of 2025. That 15% number will actually increase by the end of today, as DAPO and the staff development team are currently presenting a DIVA training. That is the reason why he wasn't able to join us here today. We felt that it was important that DAPO be in the room and be available to staff during this training to address any sensitive questions that may come up. And moving on to our DEI Council, we are pleased to announce that the council is on their 3rd year. The DEI Council guides DEI initiatives and priorities and serves as support to our unit. The DEI Council subcommittees help to push forward initiatives. Year 2 initiatives include development of our leadership toolkit, updates to our RA page on the hub. They were our pilot focus group for the DIVA training. We made improvements to our language access services based on our judges' feedback, and they support our growing board book club. Now, going back again to 2023, our leaders met and discussed the values of our agency. In 2024, we collaborated with the PIO unit to form the Core Values Committee, which is led by DAPO and Pam Farnhart. So what you see on your screen now are the drafted core values identified by our leadership. Now, the Core Values Committee has been tasked with gathering feedback from staff regarding these values to discuss what they mean to staff and whether they fully represent the kind of organization that they want to be a part of. The Core Values Committee will plan to meet regularly in the following months to solidify the agency's values. Once finalized, these values will drive a number of our initiatives. Now, reasonable accommodations, for anyone that's unfamiliar with the term, are adjustments made to a work environment or manner in which a job is performed to allow a person to complete the essential functions of their job. They're meant to remove barriers caused by a disability without putting undue hardship on the employer. For example, providing someone with a sit-to-stand desk. Executive Order 31, passed by Governor Hochul in 2023, highlights the importance of maintaining and providing education on the RA process to better inform our staff about the purpose of an RA and how to apply. We've met with the Chief Disability Office, overseen by Chamber, who has expressed their intent to provide these trainings within the following year. And finally, our focus moving forward. The DEI vision for the board has always been to enhance employee engagement. By doing so, we hope to create an environment where our staff shows up fully present to work and ready to voice their ideas. Through this open environment, we can be a community of professionals efficiently working towards a common goal, our mission statement. These initiatives have been in discussion for the past year, and we hope to gain momentum in 2025. And with that, I want to thank you again for giving us this opportunity. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself or Doc. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Nina. Thank you for all of the work that you and DAPO do as a DEI unit of 2. You are small but mighty, and not only do you support all of the rest of our staff and the other units, but you are a beacon of hope, especially in these times. So thank you so much for your continued commitment. So, and with that, board members, may I please have a motion to adjourn today's meeting?
So moved.
Okay, may I have a second?
Second.
Okay, Thank you for that second. Is there any opposition to the motion? All right, seeing and hearing none. Board members all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All opposed? Hearing no opposition, I am also a yes. That motion is passed. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.